Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Samsung 1TB 840 EVO SSD. Now this drive has been on the market for quite some time. In fact, Samsung just launched the 850 EVO, and if you're paying retail price, then absolutely go with the 850 over the 840. No question about it. But today's unboxing is also about value, getting the best performance per gigabyte that money can possibly buy, and that's what I see right here in the 840 EVO 1TB drive. Now, if Black Friday pricing is indicative of anything, which I think it is, it always is, it means that this drive is going to start to see some steep drops in price over the coming months and through the course of 2015. And when it comes to real-world performance, this drive is still one of the best that you're going to find on the market, both in terms of read and write speed, real world that is, as well as actual reliability. And of course, Samsung's brand does go quite a distance in today's world when it comes to electronics. I mean, they probably have just about as much brand recognition as any company out there. So we're looking at a 1TB drive. Originally, I was considering using this to drive my entire system, meaning this was where the OS as well as most of my software was going to be installed, but I opted to use this as high quality storage instead. And that was because I got a phenomenal deal on two AMD R7 drives, which I unboxed a while back alongside the Samsung 1TB. And essentially it just came down to that the AMDs were faster and offered a longer warranty. Granted, those were only 480 gigs a piece, and I'm running them in a RAID 0 configuration, which has its risks and rewards when it comes to performance. This 1TB is going to be basically where I can just about instantly back anything up that I need to. Of course, that's not going to cover me completely in the event of a power failure or something to that effect with data loss, but this is about as good as it gets as far as I'm concerned if you, again, are looking for value when it comes to a 1TB SSD from a manufacturer, again, that has a reputation that does precede itself. So let me go ahead and get this open. And I could try to peel this, but I'm not going to. Should be able to just get it that way. And it was a tough choice for me because originally I really just wanted a single drive. But now that I'm trying to make basically everything in the system SSD, driven and really take the mechanical drives out of the mix, eliminate all bottlenecking, this is a great way to go. Now, over Black Friday, this was $350, $360, $370, bundled with games, which some retailers didn't end up actually including. I'm not going to get into that. You're still looking at a drive that means easily will see those levels again. In fact, it may even see lower pricing. And for, again, the read and write performance that you're going to get on this drive, there's really nothing to dislike. Again, you're paying a steep premium for solid-state storage. That's nothing new. It's going to remain that way. Build quality here looks good. The drive is small. It's got the form factor you expect. It's actually a little less in terms of weight than the AMD R7 drives, which are really Toshiba drives, by the way. I wouldn't buy a drive made by AMD. AMD doesn't actually manufacture SSDs. Of course, Samsung does. That's why we're looking at their own drive as well as their own controller. So there's a lot to like about this drive, and who knows, on any given day, it may end up being my actual drive that I use for OS purposes. So that's one of the nice things about flexibility with it. Some paperwork included and software as well. And that's pretty much it. Your installation guide as well as your warranty summary. I believe the warranty on this drive is 3 years, and that was something I was speaking to before. The warranty on the AMD, aka Toshiba drives, which are OCZ, 4 years and rated at a higher durability than this drive. 30 gigs a day, I believe, is the rating on the AMDs. This is slightly less. But again, many will opt for the Samsung branding, the brand name, and reliability. And just when you look online, how many reviews will you see of a Samsung drive, Pro or EVO 840 or 850, as opposed to something like this the AMD Frankenstein that I ended up relying on. But again, the AMD has just incredible read and write speeds across the board, and then in RAID 0, it's really second to none in terms of what I've seen both in benchmarking and real world. And that's another thing when it comes to the 840 as opposed to the 850. Those of you that are wondering, because Samsung has done some great things with the 850 line in terms of actually changing the technology. I'm not going to get into that. The point is, at the end of the day, in terms of real world use and what you're going to see, this is still going to deliver the absolute best performance and value that you're going to find in a 1 terabyte SSD. And that will also apply to all the smaller sizes as well. It's not exclusive to the 1 terabyte, but a 1 terabyte SSD, at least for me personally, has been something I've been waiting for a very long time. So this will be some high quality storage. I'm getting rid of the mechanical drives, let the system run as quickly as possible. Again, I don't want any SSDs, bottleneck really isn't the right word, but let's just say slowing, or rather mechanical drives, slowing down my brand new build, which I'll eventually get to as well in another video for those of you that are curious about the entire build and how it's been performing, what's going on. I have been doing updates on the GPUs that I've been basically testing out for it. But that pretty much wraps it up. Again, this is the Samsung 1 terabyte 840 EVO SSD. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.